All right. We are live. How was your day, darling?
Hectic, stressful.
Yeah.
But, good. Yeah. Good. Just got back from the shop, and it's been, all the finishing touches to getting ready for Florida. I guess it could be worse. I mean, we still don't race there for a week, but
yeah. Ideally,
I feel like there's a lot of. You ever have the feeling you always forgot something?
Like every day.
Yeah.
Feel like you're forgetting something.
Yeah.
So
missing something.
What I did, they have a calendar in the race shop. And on it, it was like, we leave this day, this is that. And I moved it up. So instead, when were you guys supposed to leave? Saturday or Sunday? And I think I put leave like Thursday or Friday, just to be ahead.
You put leave Friday. I had leave Saturday.
Okay, I gave them an extra.
But that's because you changed our house to Sunday instead of Monday.
Yeah,
so we can get there earlier now.
How are we it's fine, but how are we off centered? This is usually in the middle.
So now you gotta slide over.
We didn't have to move, but I suppose. Okay, anyways. So I got the day ahead. So if you are watching, we will not be on live Monday night. We'll be in Florida. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but we're not going to be live Monday. But we'll be back live the following week. So.
No live in Florida.
No. I kind of want
I guess you'll have videos to watch that week.
You're going to have a lot. So here's what I was thinking. We're going to have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days of racing videos. Do I lead up and show you guys Tuesday night's practice? Or do we do 6 videos of the trip and add in the trip down? So I would do a trip down video, day of practice video, and then the other days.
What is there going to be to show on the way down? Other than us being really bored.
I don't know.
For a long, long drive.
Might make some fun stops, see some turtles and some birds on the way. Probably not.
I don't think so.
It's fun. But we're going to have a day and a half of, I don't know, doing what. It could, I don't know. If you see a video come up on Tuesday, that means I did one. If you see it come up on Wednesday,
hey, how about we compromise? Do the video, but just keep short.
Okay, thank you.
That'll work, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right, so now that we're done having our side conversation, hello, John, Peter, Matt, Ray, Scott, Jesse, Jason, Nick, Richie, Steve, Larry, Frank, Jake, Nathan, John, Barry, Larry, Cheryl. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Matt can't wait for Bristol. Ooh, Scott asks, how many hours is the drive to Florida? From up here, I think it's minimum of a day. 24 hours. What?
Is it 24 hours?
Well, I don't know, but just assuming with
either way, there's no way we're doing it all in one day, so it's basically going to take 2 days.
Yeah, what did they just do wrong? Directions. Choose starting point. My location. Am I in the basement? They don't know where I am. Yep, 19 hours. Ooh. Yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to go that way. So it'll be 20 hours. Because it's probably going to want you to take Turnpike, which you can't take the Turnpike. Or the Parkway? Yep. Don't go through Jersey. Just an FYI.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think we will.
Well, just point it out, because once you take the stinking Garden State, I hate this. If anyone can figure out how we can get to Bridgeport from up here without having to take the Garden State Parkway and a bunch of random back roads, that would be wonderful. Because to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't take a trailer.
The other routes take about an hour longer.
It's insane, absolutely insane. So that would save you an hour if you actually went the Garden State Parkway. But instead, you're going to have to go out, basically cross 88.
You're right. It's probably 20 or 21 hours.
Yep.
Total.
So it's going to be a day.
So a couple full days.
Yeah. Hence why they should leave a little earlier.
So we have, we're getting new tires for our truck.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be put on Wednesday. So to take the truck to Plattsburgh on Wednesday morning so they can put tires on it.
Yep. Fun times. Gotta make sure like you can actually get to where you want to go because.
Yeah, they're getting kind of down.
Have we ever changed the tires since we've been here?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. So they definitely need that.
No, we've done the trailer tires, but not the truck tires.
Larry wants to know, how did the sled run?
Sled ran great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's surprising. It's just been sitting. And a lot of the time it's been sitting outside. But oil and fuel, fire it up. Runs like a champ.
Yeah.
I think I've mostly put in the non-ethanol gas, but I don't think I've even been that strict on that, and it runs great.
I mean, we only got about 2 feet of snow, only, so perfect snowmobile weather, I suppose, right? Let's see. Peter B Racing says you can do a video of the license plate bingo game. I don't know if we've ever played this one, but my brother is very, very good at playing the basically name that race car driver for every number. I'm pretty sure we've made it into like the 90s without.
And is there numbers on license plates?
No, we just go 1, 2.
Oh, you just
3,
go through
who drove number 3, who drove a number 4, who drove a number 5.
Okay.
Without repeating.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very impressive. I just.
Oh, so you're saying you can't repeat Billy Pauch for like a bunch of different
that'd be great.
numbers?
I'd be lost after number 1. Let's see. Brian says, on the fence on if I should go to Bristol or not, worried if I have to quarantine when I get back. Depending on your job, yes. But I know a lot of people, after we went to the Keys, Jen and Dave Ely with DMI, because mind you, they work with people, we don't. So they, as soon as they landed from Florida into Pennsylvania, they got the rapid test. So you could take that route. I mean, for those that like want to, I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends on what state you're in. I know Jersey just recommended 14-day quarantine, but
my life is a quarantine.
Pretty much. We don't see anyone. It is very lonely here. So we didn't get the test, but we just quarantined for 14 days. Ray asked, did you get the new GoPro mounts? Have you come up with a way to secure them? Well, someone over here made a new contraption, and we're going to test out in Florida. So
it's a billet aluminum case that the GoPro slides into that we bought for, I think it was only $18, which is impressive. It's quite a case for that. But the case has an opening for the back screen, the front screen, the side opening for the, for the SD card.
It's a little open for my liking.
So she thought it would get wrecked even with this case. Now, the idea with the case is that it has a stronger mount so the bottom won't snap off, which is good because then we won't lose the camera. But with the openings on the case, we wanted to cover the openings. So I just bent sheet metal around it and attached it. And then the problem was she needs to be able to get the camera out to change the battery pack. So I made it.
It's a process.
Rich made a wing nut.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
Oh, he made that?
Yeah, he welded a tab on top of a bolt so that you can just quickly unthread it and take the sheet metal guard off to take the camera out and change the battery.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is I need something quick and easy. So we'll see. We're going to test it. As long as it holds up, that's probably most important, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to lose any more GoPros. I put my GoPro graveyard over here. I don't think I told you guys. Told you that. Is that the last race at Bridgeport, I had a camera on the back of Dad's car. I think it was for the heat race, but it was the Conzi. It came off, and I completely lost it. Yeah, and if you watch, you knew like it was gone. And Doug Rose's wife, because I messaged Doug Rose's wife, Brittany, I was like, hey, if you happen to find a GoPro, it might be mine. And lo and behold, like 2 days later, she sent me a picture. She's like, could this be yours? And it was like,
it was smashed.
It was bad.
Which it was so nice that she found it, because usually they don't find them.
And she gave it to me.
You got the footage.
I got the footage. Not that it was anything exciting, but I saw like it snaps, dangles, and it whoosh, flies off, and all you hear is Billy Pauch wins the Consi, and I'm like, well, there goes my camera. But I was able to salvage the SD card, which maybe is like $60. I don't know.
Are they that much?
They're pretty expensive. It's like the biggest gig I can hold. So I got that. But listen, I went and upgraded for the GoPro Pro membership, and supposedly you're supposed to be able to send into boo-booed GoPro, so I wonder if I'll take that back. Probably not. It's pretty bad. Why was I explaining that? Oh, because I have my GoPro graveyard. That's why I was explaining that.
Did you pack them up?
I just put them on the shelf. Well, I packed, yes. I spent all day yesterday figuring everything out as far as the GoPros that I need, the cases, the mounts. My bag is like extremely bulgy and huge, but I got everything I need. I put all the garbage ones over here, and I think we're good. Charge everything up. The only thing I've been waiting to do a GoPro video on. A lot of people have been asking over the winter what I use, what I'd suggest. I'm going to test it out, my method in Florida, because the 8s have been freezing. But when you have, okay, not to like flaunt how many GoPros I have, but when I have 3 8s, because I had them all on you for Port Royal, I made sure to have one on each of the cars. And I just have no idea if it was the camera, if it was the battery, because they were freezing, but only one worked. And only one had a different SD card that worked.
Oh.
So
you need that kind of SD card.
Yeah, so I bought one more of that SD card to see if that is the ticket. And if that's the case, we're selling that. It's great. Everyone should get it. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's that.
John Doe asked, will the races be streamed? If so, what service? And they will be on Dirt Track Digest for Bubba Raceway. And
Richie asked if a nickname was ever thought of for Mike. We've discussed, but we haven't.
Gosh. The other day, we went through a gazillion nicknames.
A lot.
It's still, I don't think anything stuck.
What's hard is that ones that would go, I feel people already use. So you want to be new. You don't want to be repetitive.
Yeah, you can't have the same as somebody else.
Exactly.
And I know there's three guys that I race against that have the same initials, same first name, same, things like that, you can't have the same nickname as other people. You gotta separate.
Agreed. Magic Mike. I know
it's a work in
people like
process.
Magic Mike, but my only problem with Magic Mike is the magic part.
What's wrong with the magic part?
It's just one. It reminds
she doesn't
me
think
of,
I'm magical.
It reminds me of the male stripper movie, Magic Mike, which is fine. I mean, but for kids,
it's not what you think of me?
Of course. But someone not too like years back made a shirt with him with a wizard on it, and I was like, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's not like
wasn't our best shirt.
Strong. I want something powerful, and magical just doesn't do it for me. In due time, we will find one. Meticulous Mike. He's very detailed. He is very detailed.
Jason asked if we stay in the toter or at hotels on the way to the races and at the races. So we're taking the toter down, so I think we can stay in it on the way there and back when we stop. But we rented an Airbnb to save money when we get there, so we can fit everybody in one place. We split it between Billy Jr.'s team and ours. And
that'll be a fun week.
Yeah, it'll be great. There's a lot of room there, and it's probably going to come down to less than what hotel rooms cost. So Airbnb is a pretty handy thing.
So Jimmy asked, when your GoPro falls off the car, would you get in trouble for losing parts from the car? No, you don't get in trouble for that. I mean, it'd be great if they found it, but the GoPro's this small that it just flings off. The one place, where was the track that I got yelled at? I think it was Canandaigua. They were so mean. I almost cried. I was like, but I lost my GoPro and you're about to tear up the track and it's intermission. Can I just walk on the outside? And
yeah, some places are really picky on not walk on the track.
Don't look at the track. Don't touch the track. Yeah. Don't breathe on the track. Nothing. Don't even go near it.
One time I went out to look at the conditions of a track, I remember, and they were like, you could get DQ'd for that. I'm like, have you ever watched like the World of Outlaws or whatever? The guys always ride their four-wheelers.
Yeah, they're riding their four-wheelers.
They always go out and look at the track.
I mean, granted, if they're watering, grading the track, that's a different story.
I mean, you don't want to run out in front of a truck, obviously, but.
No. But yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, as for, if anything, it should be the driver is allowed on the track. Like crew, random people, no. But the driver should see what they're doing to the track surface and how the track's holding up.
Yeah, I like to know what we're getting into before we go out there with our $100,000 pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
I feel like that's important.
Okay, Clayton says, what is your view on covering a pavement track with clay, such as Oswego and now Bristol, versus a well-seasoned dirt track? The surface doesn't seem to hold up well on the pavement covered with clay.
I'm not following.
What are your thoughts on covering pavement with dirt?
Oh, love it. So see, here's the thing. If you got pavement underneath, then the dirt is going to be, it's easier to like lay it out flat because the dirt underneath isn't going to settle unevenly and stuff. So smoothing it out is easier. The problem happens when they try to put it on too thick and then you get deep holes because whatever you lay down, it's not going to stick to the base because it's not dirt, right? You're trying to stick it to pavement. It's not going to stick.
Agreed.
So it's gotta hold itself. The dirt has to hold itself together. Where if you're on the ground, if you can water it before you lay it down, and then it can knit together and you can pack it together.
For me, I'm more of a, I don't want to say history buff, that's the proper way, but I think our big events should be on normal dirt tracks. Nothing against Oswego, but Super Dirt Week is one of our biggest races, and we're racing on an asphalt track that doesn't have us there regularly. So, I mean, granted, Syracuse Super Dirt Week, obviously we didn't run there regularly, but it never moved. It was like history. Well, every time they tear up the dirt, I feel like that's history being like poof. However,
so I'm going to disagree with you on this.
I'm not done
Go
yet.
ahead, finish.
However, I do feel that it's almost like a level playing field every time they lay the dirt down. So going to Bristol, no one's run Bristol dirt, at least not this kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool.
What were you going to say?
I think that I like when there's a special event and everybody only goes there once a year because it's kind of like being a fish out of water. Nobody's got any practice. That kind of thing. I like the spice of the not being there for a while.
Yes, agreed.
So I like that a lot. But I just think they should just leave the dirt on the tracks because I don't know, asphalt's just forget it anyway.
Yeah. Cheesiest thing, but yes. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got Mike the Missile. I don't think we've thought of Mike the Machine. Maybe. I don't think we thought about that.
The machine?
Yeah. John Doe says he votes for Too Tall Mahaney. Sorry, I already did try that one, and
I mean,
it
true.
works. Yeah.
Too tall.
Doug asks, I want to purchase a t-shirt this year. Will you be selling at one of the Granby Thunder events this year? Depends. I mean, if Mike's there, we'll have shirts. If Billy's there, he'll have shirts. If Dad's there, hopefully he has shirts. But for most of us, usually you can just get them online. But I mean, if you're just looking to get them at the track, yeah, as long as we're there, we usually have shirts with us. You're supposed to pick a question when I stop.
Oh, okay. Richard Sager says, "Can Mike win 5 races at Albany, Saratoga this year?" That's a great question. I really would like to.
It's a good goal.
Yeah.
Any new shirts you will have at Bubba's, asks Charles. Well, still can't say anything yet, but we will have new shirts at Bubba's. Everyone will have new shirts at Bubba's. I'm still debating on how I'm going to make the announcement. Work in progress, but we will have shirts. That's all I can say.
Cool.
And they're going to be new. So if you're going to be there, you're going to want to stop by the trailer. Mudslinger Mike.
AEW Smith says, "East Windsor clay was my favorite. Almost no dust. Now it's under a bunch of McMansions."
What was that?
East
Windsor?
Yeah, it's under a bunch of McMansions.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, hate to see a track go away. What's neat is that they use the East Windsor clay supposedly at Trenton when we do the indoor races, and that clay is pretty tacky.
It was good clay.
And it didn't make dust in there.
No. Bob asked if I ever found my GoPro Grandview. I did not. I think Grandview and Canandaigua were the only 2 tracks I did not retrieve GoPros. So someone got lucky somewhere. Ooh, Nick says, "I took notes on your stagger video." Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.
That was a while back.
Yeah. That was like a year or 2 ago. Was it?
It might be more.
Or was it the Billy BP3 stagger video?
Oh, I guess I don't know which one was it.
I don't know. We have 2 stagger videos. Okay, Brian said they're saying that banking at Bristol would be decreased compared to normal. Do you think it will drive a lot like a bigger Fulton Speedway? That's a good question.
It's very, very possible. I mean, Fulton has pretty high banking, and it's got the same shape, but it's definitely bigger. I don't see how they're going to decrease the banking that much, because in order to decrease it, you'd have to put a lot of dirt down on the apron. I mean, how much dirt can they possibly put down there to bring up and decrease the banking? I mean, I understand it's definitely going to be decreased some compared to the asphalt, or concrete or whatever. What do they use on Bristol? But either way.
Makes sense. I said your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
Albert asks, "Mike, do you think you will come back and race it in Egypt this year?" That's a good question.
Sure.
I think Dave has his short track race there this year.
Really?
I believe so.
Awesome.
So
probably go to that.
Yeah. Bump stop, Mike. In parentheses, not funny. Funny.
Doesn't have a very good ring to it.
No. Hey, One Lonely Farmer, what's up, man? Hey, guys. I'll have to come visit him. I'll be home this week. Little Fairy Farmer. Billy gave you that nickname?
I don't know what Billy he's talking about. I've never heard that.
Haven't heard that one.
These aren't very good, guys. I think you can come up with something better.
Yes. Have a couple more drinks for us, and then let us know. Lion says, "Shout out from New Zealand. How are you? What time is it over there?" Cassie asks, "Mike, how many years have you been racing?"
Boy,
the King Fairy Flyer. What's Billy Dicker's name?
The Franklin Flyer. Yeah.
It's too similar.
Well, for up here, somebody said Adirondack Assassin.
That worked, but you're not. I mean, if you're with this team, but you want something to stick forever.
No.
That's all.
Could work for now.
Yeah, it could work.
Um,
How many years have you been racing?
who knows? I could be here forever.
Have you been racing?
Oh, how many years have I been racing?
Yes.
I started when I was 14, and I'm now, how old am I? 31? So you do the math.
No.
15?
Yeah, it's okay.
No, that's 17.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And time flies because you start thinking like it wasn't that long ago that it had only been 10 years. I've only been racing for 10
Yeah.
years, and then it's like, oh, now I've been racing for 17 years.
The King Ferry Missile is a request. Thank you, Albert. New Egypt has the short track super series there this year. Have you ever had a Michigan hot dog in North Country?
I have. I love them. Michigan hot dog is
There's something
the hot dog with the hot meat sauce on top.
Oh.
It's really good. It's kind of a sweet hot sauce that has like hamburger meat in it, and I really like them. There's a few different places to choose from to go to get them around here. I guess it's pretty popular, and you can definitely taste the difference in all the different sauces. So,
people are talking about the Chili Bowl. What did you think of the Chili Bowl? I think that it took forever to get the race.
yeah, a lot of people said that.
Yeah.
Which I always remember it being late at night.
I mean, it's a, like, one thing's for sure. I think it would have been more interesting if they actually would you call it the driver introductions? They have the smoke and the lights when you're there. Why the heck did they not show it?
Don't know.
Like, that would have made it a little bit more interesting. I mean, they showed
They did the
flags.
The flag part, and the flag part they just kind of said the drivers from this state, but didn't actually list who was in the state. Unless, I mean, sometimes you could see who they were, but sometimes they were zoomed out and you couldn't even see who was in that state.
No.
I did think it was interesting. I think there was one. Was it just T-Mac from New York? And I don't think there was anybody from New Jersey. Now, when Billy went, was he the only one from New Jersey that year?
I want to say yes. I do believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both times, I believe.
But there was, I mean, other states that had 10 people. So it was interesting.
Yeah, 2-hour track prep is what Ray said. I mean, you want to make sure the racing's good, right? Like,
which is important.
Built it up for a whole week.
Their fear was they didn't want it to rubber up. There was like one qualifier that took rubber. I think it was Kyle Larson's.
Okay.
So they wanted to not have that happen. And in doing so, they kind of made it so wet that it took a long time for the race to start. Like, I think the racing really didn't start until about 10 to go. And then they could really move around, and the track got pretty wide, and the curb got so heavy that Christopher Bell flipped on it.
Do they usually
I hate to see that,
the lineup like that pole shuffle? Because so
yes, they did the lineup from the pole shuffle.
My 2 cents, yes, I think you should absolutely be able to race your way in to the race. However, I think if it wouldn't be as exciting. But let's be real. I think if we saw Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and Justin Grant start 10, 11, 12, we would actually see more than maybe 5 laps of passing.
See, I disagree.
Really?
I don't think that was I don't think this theory of doing a redraw and drawing and doing all that crap to make the fast guys start in the back, I don't think that improves the racing. Because the difference is just the fact that the race started at the very bottom, and they pushed it up, and then it became a top track, and then it has to wear off until to the point where you go back to the bottom, and that's when the racing starts.
So maybe make the race longer.
Sure.
Because the track didn't really come in towards the end.
Yeah, I'm a total fan of that.
I just felt like
it all depends on how the track's prepped in it, and I'm not saying the track was bad by any means. I think it was pretty good, but it just took a long time to get it wide, where you see like the better racing. And no, I don't think if you qualify up front, you should be up front. And those guys can race with each other.
I'm just trying to figure out how can you make the racing better, because the first half was boring to me. I was like, this is. I mean, Justin was. Who was Justin? Was it Chris? Who the heck was leading in the beginning?
How you can make it better is to make the track wider.
Okay.
If the track's wider, there's going to be more racing. If the track's narrow, there's going to be more follow the leader.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it just could have been a little bit better racing. But it was still a good show. It was exciting. It was enjoyable. You can't complain. Anyways, okay, so we have exactly 24 seconds until I have to go take our dinner out of the oven.
Whoa.
So a lot of people have been asking. I know, I got to move my hair. Check it out. So went through an old stash of clothes. And honestly, I like the idea of having sponsors or just things going down the sleeves. I kind of think I want to do that this year.
Looks good.
Mike Mahaney. Too tall.
No.
And then too tall over here. Okay, so that's a short sweatshirt. I don't think, is there anything on the back? I don't think so. It's pretty plain. But yeah, so I wanted to rock it this evening for y'all. But thank you guys. Yeah, we will not be here on Monday Live next week.
A couple of said Mike Hot Shoe Mahaney. That sounds better than Too Tall.
Yeah, hot shoe. Yeah.
And it's got a shoe.
The shoe.
So my dad was a work shoe. We got to get some kind of shoe in there.
Yeah. What was your idea? What kind of shoe? Mud shoe?
Race shoe.
Oh, but race shoe.
Because he wears a work shoe because he works for a living. I race for a living, so I wear a race shoe.
If it were up to my brother, he would say you do not work. Yes. So anyways, thank you guys. I do like the hot shoe. We'll have to take a note and put that down. But we will see you all next week. I hope you have a great week. Fantastic time. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Enjoy it. And next time you see us, we'll be in Florida. So if you're there, stop by at the trailer, say hi. Grab your new gear because you're gonna want it. I promise you that. And say hi. Otherwise, make sure you are subscribed. And we'll get some awesome footage to you guys next week. Bye.
See ya.